Hello guys and welcome to the fresh episode of Tech Jukes. So in today's video I'm going to talk about the latest router which I've recently installed in my home. I've been using this particular router for more than 30 days and I thought I should share the feedback of this particular product with you guys. And I think it's been pretty good. The router is from TP-Link brand and the model name is Archer C6. And my experience was very good with this router. So if you're also looking for a router with decent features under 2500 rupees, which should be dual band with MoveMemo technology and whatnot, you can just watch this video till the end. I'm Madvin Mask, you're watching Tech Jukes. Let's get started. Okay, so before I talk about the specifications, features, and my feedback about this product, let's just focus on the unboxing experience. Let's just see what we get inside the box. So as you can see, that's how the box looks like. So you can, pause the video and read the specifications which are mentioned on the box. Box itself looks very good actually. The packaging looks sturdy and there are a couple of features mentioned on the box. You can read about the one mesh technology and the beam forming technology which comes with this particular router. You can read about that if you can pause the video. So let's let's just open the box and see what we get inside the box.
Okay, so this is the router and let me just take it out. Okay, we have other things and let's keep it aside, and this is the installation guide and this looks good, quite detailed. And this is the cable. This is of good quality. Power adapter is kind of good quality. The cable is decent. Just let me just take the plastic out, and it looks good. I would say it looks astonishing, and I can see that the antennas are quite flexible and quite lengthy. Not the best of the quality which you can get in the industry, but yeah, we have 5 LED lights at the front all together, and this is very sleek. And we have air vents for the cooling. This is good. And yeah, talking about the back, we have the power button and then the adapter jack, and then WAN port with gigabit and gigabit for LAN ports, and reset button. And there's a switch for Wi-Fi. And finally, if you look at the back, we have few instructions and password written all over there, and we have holders.
Since we have seen what we get inside the box and how the unboxing experience looks like, let's now talk about the features. So the topmost feature about this particular product is the MoveMemo technology. So MoveMemo, let me tell you, it stands for multiple user, multiple input, multiple output. So if you have multiple users inside your home or particularly office probably, then it's a very useful router because it manages the multiple, user inputs and output and distributes the bandwidth in such a way that the internet does not fluctuate much. So it's very useful if you are using more than 10 devices inside a home, and sometimes you purchase additional devices which increases the number of Wi-Fi devices inside your home. So sometimes your guest comes into your house and they also see that your Wi-Fi fluctuates and you might not get the best experience. But when you have MoveMemo technology, it is easy to manage the number of users even if they are more than 25. It's very easy. Okay, let's now talk about other features. This is a gigabit router, which means that this has speed of 1000 megabits. So normally you might have heard about the dual band routers. They have 5 gigabits, 5 gigahertz connection, 5 gigahertz band, and 2.4 gigahertz band. And then they claim to have, 700 Mbps speed. But actually they do not give you 700 Mbps speed because they do not have the input of 700 Mbps actually. So this one has gigabit WAN. Gigabit ports, so it has gigabit WAN port and gigabit LAN ports as well, so that you can transfer your data up to the speed of 1000 megabits. So definitely if you have a plan of more than 100 Mbps, you should definitely go with a gigabit router. You should not buy a non-gigabit router just because you will not be able to use all the bandwidth that your service provider is giving you. You will not be able to use all the speed. It will stuck on 100 Mbps just because your router WAN port is limited to 100 Mbps. So my recommendation is, if you have plan of 75 Mbps or 100 Mbps, definitely go with a gigabit router. So even in future, if you upgrade your plan from 100 Mbps to 200 Mbps or 150 Mbps, you would have the option to at least use those speed. If you buy a non-gigabit router, you will always be stuck with 100 Mbps speed. So that's my recommendation. Always buy a gigabit router if you have 75 Mbps plan or 100 Mbps plan, just for future proofing. Another very useful feature in this product is beamforming. So beamforming is a technology in which your Wi-Fi router will not spread the Wi-Fi signals in omnidirectional mode. Rather, it will send the signals to the particular direction where your devices are sitting. So for example, you're keeping your router at the corner of your home and you have absolutely no devices towards that area, but you have all the devices to the center of your home or probably to the front side of your home. And so it will send the signals to that direction only, and it will strengthen the power of the signals by doing this. So this has one mesh technology with TP-Link router, so you can buy a secondary TP-Link router, or if you have your other TP-Link router, you can just place it and create your own mesh. So as you already know, this is version 3, which was recently released. Earlier, the product which we were getting was Archer C6 version 2, and it costed same actually, and there is no difference in the price, but the design was very different in version 2. The version 2 had glossy looks and 4 antennas. The design was very different, but the specifications were same. Just one specification is different. The version 3 supports WPA3 support. However, in version 2, there was no WPA3 support. So another useful feature I found in this router is the smart mode. So in smart mode, it combines both the bands, the 2.4 GHz band and the 5 GHz band, and it automatically names it as one network instead of showing two different networks under 5 GHz and 2.4 GHz. So I won't say there is going to create any difference for you, but it makes things very simple actually. So if you buy an ordinary cheap dual band router, even from a TP-Link brand, if you buy a cheap dual band router with no smart mode, it will show you two different networks, and it will automatically keep on switching between those two bands depending upon your distance from your router. So if you're close to router, it will stay connected with the 5 GHz band. If you're far from the router, it will keep you connected with the 2.4 GHz band. But in this router, if you use the smart mode, it combines both the bands, and it won't show you the name of the bands in the Wi-Fi networks. It will just show you one name, and in the back end, it will keep switching the channels between 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz band. So that's a good thing. I don't think this is going to create any much difference, but it looks very simple. This router comes with dual core Qualcomm chipset, because of which it tends to get warm, but it does not heat much. So getting little warm is okay because it runs 24 hours. So this router is particularly designed to stay active for 24/7, so it does not produce that much of heat, so no need to worry on that as well. This router comes with 3 years of warranty, so you are pretty much covered here as well. Talking about the design, I really loved the design in comparison to the version 2. So the version 2 had glossy finish, and I was really wishing not to get that particular router, but I really loved the features of C6 version 2, and I was really hoping that there should be a router in this price range with similar specification but different design. And bravo, they released the version 3. So that's great thing, and I really loved the design in version 3, and you might love the design in version 2. It's a very personal thing. I like the design in version 3. I do not like glossy finish in my products. Basically, I like this design. It has vents for cooling. The design looks minimal. It has sort of matte finish. Actually, it's not matte finish, but yeah, it gives sort of that feeling of matte finish. The antennas look very simple. So it gives a very minimal look. The LEDs are in an awkward position in this one. Few of you might like it, few of you might not like it. So I would rather prefer to have a LED setup where you can see each and every design with some distance, but they have kept all the LEDs at a very short distance, so you have to go very close to the router. So you have to go very close to your router just in order to check which light is on, which light is off. So another great thing about this router is setup. So the setup is very simple if you use the app. TP-Link has official app, which is Tether app. You can download that from the Google Play Store. Once you download it, you can just connect your router and you can navigate to the previous router and it will pick the settings. So it is very smooth, and the app also helps you to manage the devices and manage the settings inside your router, and you do not have to go to the router's administration page every time to change the settings or just check what's happening there. So even if I talk about the desktop administration page, it is very good. If you have used any Archer device, any device from TP-Link which is from Archer series, it is quite similar. So the administration page on the desktop side is very good. The app is very useful. You can do a lot of things inside the app. You can block a particular device from your network. You can just check what device is connected and through which channel it is connected. It will show you which device is connected on 2.4 GHz channel right now and which device is using 5 GHz band right now. or wired or wireless connection a particular device is using. It will show you the list of blocked devices, and you can change the settings, creating a mesh or whatever you want to do inside the app. There are a lot of features which you can do. So I would say having an app for your router is a good thing actually. So you might ask me, is this the best device under 2500 rupees? Basically, I bought it for 2250 rupees because of the sale which was running at that time. But yeah, I would say yes, if you can grab this particular router at the price of 2300 rupees, it's a good deal actually. And there are different routers from different brands with same specifications, I would say. So let me tell you, while I was placing the order during the sale, there was another product from D-Link brand. There was another router which was at a very discounted price at that time. I was able to grab that particular router from D-Link brand for around 1800 rupees. So it's a very good deal if you can grab a router for 1800 rupees with the same specification. But you know what? I read the user reviews. I called few of my friends who have been using that particular router, and I called few of my friends who are using D-Link router for this particular model with version 2. And my final conclusion was that D-Link router is definitely very good. But TP-Link router is best. Even if they have same specification, I would prefer to go with TP-Link router because it is more stable than D-Link. I'm not saying that D-Link is not a good brand and D-Link does not manufacture good routers. That's not the case. D-Link routers are very good. The last router which I've been using was from D-Link, and it's been 7 years I was using that router, and it is still not bad. It is just slow now. Because what you can expect from a router which is 7 years old? Definitely you cannot expect much. Now my plan has been upgraded. I'm using 100 Mbps plan. So I want more speed. That's why I just purchased the dual band router. D-Link actually makes very good routers, and all the routers from D-Link are stable. But I think this particular product is very good for the price which I'm paying, and it is very stable. So I felt like paying 200-300 rupees extra. I won't mind paying 300-400 rupees extra, given the fact that I'll be getting a router which would be more stable and which would have 1 or 2 extra feature. Okay, now talking about what I did not like about this particular router. So I did not like the placement of LED lights. So they're at a very short distance, so I have to go very close to the router just to check what's happening with the router if there is any issue. It's not a very big deal, but yeah, that's one of the con. And the second con, I would say, it misses out on the USB port. So I know a lot of routers are not giving USB port at this price range, so I should not complain about it. But yeah, that's the con. I believe it is, because I was really wishing for the USB port so that I can connect a USB stick or any hard drive, so that I can create a NAS, which is a very common thing these days. It can be used in wide variety of experiments, but no worries, I'm already getting a lot of features. So talking about the range, I would say if you keep the router in your living room or probably at the center of your house, it will just equally, sense the signal, and you will be able to use your router even in a 3 BHK apartment or even in a 4 BHK apartment as well. It won't be an issue. So I was able to use my phone outside my home on 2.4 GHz band, and I was getting good speeds, around 40-50 Mbps speed I was getting easily. So I do not think distance should be an issue, but then again, you should consider the fact that it's a budget router. So that's it for today's video. If you find this video informative and useful, just give me a thumbs up, and you can share the video with your friends and family or someone who's looking to buy a new router. If you want to buy this particular router, you can use the link which is given in the description box below, or I'll also mention the links for other recommended products in the description box below. I'm signing off. Till then, stay safe. Take care.